Yo, what's up guys? I hope you're doing well. Today's format is a little bit different. As you can tell, my setup is like not at my desk, and I thought I wanted to keep this a little bit more informal just to kind of, change it up. I'm sure as you can tell by the title, I'm giving you 5 quick tips on how to beat your beat block. How to beat your beat block. That sounds kind of sus. But this is something I struggle with like all the time. So it's something that I've kind of come up with my own tips and solutions with. You might have your own suggestions, which I mean would be helpful. Drop them in the comments below. But here are my 5. Number 1 is honestly just take a break and get some air. If you're trying to force yourself to make a beat, it's not gonna happen. If you're gonna try and force yourself to make a beat, you're mentally just gonna destroy yourself. Take a break. Go outside, get some air. Maybe go grab a coffee, grab a tea. Do something where you're in a different environment. If it's raining outside, maybe listen to the rain for a little bit. If it's sunny outside, go for a walk. Just try and get out of your little studio environment and try to change it up. I find getting fresh air kind of gives me a new perspective, and it gives me new kind of ideas that I can go in back to my studio and make something new, make a new beat, kind of make new melodies and put them out there. Number 2 is do something creative. Don't stay stagnant with just making beats. Try and get your creativity flowing somehow. My suggestions are kind of the simplest ways to kind of spark that creativity. And one suggestion is to read a book. And honestly, if you're reading a book, you're putting yourself mentally in a different environment, and that might give you a different perspective on how to make your beat. Or something I like to do is I just like watching other YouTubers. There's a lot of FL Studio producers out there. There's a lot of Ableton, a lot of Reason, Logic producers that are on YouTube. By watching their tutorials, they might have different methods on how to make a beat that you might not have used before. And those tips might come in clutch when you're trying to make a beat. Honestly, anything to spark your creativity is a great way to kind of get out of that beat block. You could even try drawing, coloring, you could try, art, anything you want. Just kind of get that side of your brain active again and not stuck on focusing on making this beat. Tip number 3 is download new plugins and sound kits. This one sounds kind of basic, but honestly, every time I download a new plugin or I download a new sound kit, I'm always looking to see what kind of sounds I like and what I enjoy. I can dive right in, tweak the settings, kind of go in, mess around, and it gives me a different sound environment that I'm able to use. I'm always looking for new suggestions on plugins or sound kits. If you have any recommendations, drop them below. I'll do a couple of videos this year on my favorite type of plugins and sound kits that I use. And if you're stuck with the same plugins that you're using like Omnisphere, Electra, Analog Labs, stuff like that, just go online, look for plugins, or go online, look for sound kits. Your favorite YouTuber might actually have their own sound kit, so go ahead and support them and you can download those. That's what I do a lot of the times. I honestly just go online, look for new sound kits, look for producers that I enjoy, and then see if they have anything. You really thought I was going to suggest for you to go pirate drum kits on my YouTube channel? I do not want my videos to be flagged, thank you. Tip number 4 is try and recreate a beat. Now this sounds kind of weird because it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to recreate a beat. It's going to sound the exact same. Not necessarily. Find a beat you like and listen to it once or twice and then just try recreate it off by memory. By doing this, you're kind of going through different sounds to see what sounds you can find that sounds similar to that. And then you're trying to recreate that melody as well. Now I found this tip to be my most useful tip that I've used. When I'm in a beat block, I'll normally listen to some artists that I like. I'll try and say, hey, I like this song. I'll try to recreate it and I'll come up with a completely different sound from what I was intending to make. But the result ends up being better than most of my beats in general. And this is a great way to kind of break out of your own mindset of this is how I make a beat. This is how I'm going to make my own beat. It kind of gives you like a different perspective. And sometimes try and break out of your own music listening habits. I'm very bad for this. I just listen to the same kind of artists and genre of music, but expand your listening taste. By listening to a variety of music, you can come up with a different style of beats and different style of melodies, and it'll be great for you in the future. My last tip is don't stop making beats. Obviously this sounds very basic, but if you stop making beats, you're gonna struggle to start making beats again. Now I'm not saying try make 30 beats a day. I'm saying stay consistent with it. If you can't make a beat, that's fine. At least try. All right, if you're sitting there, you're struggling, that's fine, take a break. But don't take a break for 3 months and then come back and expect to be making fucking Mozart masterpiece. Sit down for 10-20 minutes. If you can't come up with something, take a break. Come back. Can't make something, take a break. Can't make something, take a break. But the thing is, don't stop making beats. Even if it sounds like garbage, which happens to me a lot, save that beat, work on something. Don't make beats and then delete them. If you make something, just save it, name it whatever. You don't have to come back to it. But sometimes you'll be like, hey, I remember that beat that I made. I remember this melody I made. I'll go back to it and tweak it. All right, guys, those are my 5 tips for how to beat beat block. I know some people say beat block doesn't exist. Beat block is a fake thing. But, a lot of the time you're sitting there and you're struggling to make a beat, and I would consider that beat block. If you guys have any other suggestions, let me know. I'll maybe drop a part 2 in the future if I have better suggestions or if I come up with tips in 2024. But if you found this video helpful, make sure you guys hit that subscribe. It'd be nice to hit 10K subscribers this year. That's my goal. So let's see if we can make it happen. All right, but guys, stay tuned for more videos. I'll drop more beat videos, more music videos, All right, but I'm PJ and I'm out. Peace.